Welcome to the Editor's Note Comics Podcast.
Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
Central Maine's best comics podcast, by default.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Here are your hosts, Zach and Jared.
They're here.
Boo. Wow. Oh my god, you peaked so much. Wow.
I peaked a long time ago.
Such bad audio opening up. Yeah, you see that?
Maybe we should start it over.
No, you own that. Let's hope that this is someone's first episode and you've ruined it in the first 5 seconds.
Listen, I've ruined a lot of things in the first 5 seconds.
Alright, we're here.
Yes, we are. How was your weekend?
Nope. Moving on from that one.
Oh, come on. Let's talk about the con. Let's talk about the con. So we always do a con recap.
It's not...
The con was a lie?
Hang on. Because I do know the people who do it. So... And I actually had to think about, what am I going to say? I was kind of hoping you were going to skip it.
No, we always recap the con.
Here's what I'll say. It's not going to be one that I repeat, but I hope it's one that can grow in the future.
Okay. That's a pretty succinct recap.
Diplomatic.
I like it. You're learning.
I don't know who listens.
You're learning. But well, what else? How about the rest of your weekend? Anything else exciting happen?
I have one announcement. I know where you're trying to lead to, but I do have one minor announcement that probably doesn't really affect anyone.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably done writing articles for What Culture.
I've understood there's a big staff change.
A bunch of people quit, and then they changed their pay scale, and I primarily, just kind of slightly behind the curtain, I primarily pitch them comic articles because they don't seem to know anything about comics, so it's kind of my safe area where they don't give me a lot of editorial feedback. Is that a little too far behind the curtain? Probably.
The people at What Culture are like, oh, now we have to give him some feedback.
Well,
because it's a British outfit, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I know as much about film as I know about comics, but, everyone's seen movies, but not everyone reads comics, so I get a lot less feedback when I write comic things, so I just kind of stick to that so I get left alone.
Oh, okay. Smart.
You want to know the reason why you don't see a lot of movie articles by me? Because I just want to get left alone.
There you go.
But I don't know, they've changed their pay scale, and a bunch of other stuff has changed, and there's been some weird radio silency stuff. Realistically, I was probably going to wrap it up in January as it is for an unannounced thing.
A bigger project?
The biggest project.
Oh, is that back on now?
Oh, no. No one knows about the biggest project unless you're married to me.
Oh, is it a baby?
No.
Oh, okay.
God, no.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty big project, and I would assume that your spouse knows.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to wrap it up in January.
Are you going to write a movie script?
No. But
are you going to make a comic?
No.
Are you not going to answer, even if I guess it right?
Well, both of those were wrong, so it was easy.
Oh. Are you opening a second branch of the Editor's Note comic book store?
I would love to franchise if someone wants to pay me. Just use my logo. But I was probably wrapping it up in January as it was, but I think it's not like there's been anything official, but I'm probably done writing articles with them.
Oh.
With whatever weirdness is going on there. It's not worth my time.
Are you going to start your own website of blogging and articles?
I have a website. It's real crap because I designed it.
Are you going to have a better website?
I should really do that.
Okay.
That's going to be so time consuming.
Well, you're going to have some free time that you're writing articles.
That's really why I don't have a better website, is because I'm just like, it was such a time suck to make a bad one. To make a good one seems like hours and hours and hours. And I just, in my given week, I don't have hours and hours and hours to shut the website down.
You can hire people to do that for you?
Yeah. If you want to blame anyone for the website quality, feel free to blame me.
Well, I mean,
it's my fault.
No, I'd like to talk to the COO, the CEO of your company.
The guy's a jackass.
Yeah, here he doesn't give you a lot of time off.
No. I'm in the middle of
It's a real a-hole.
Yeah, I'm doing 20 consecutive days of work right now. I'm day 9 right now.
Oh, wow.
I've gone insane.
You're not even halfway there yet.
I know. Just because I did a con last weekend, I'm doing a con this weekend. It's a Sunday show at the Portland Expo.
Oh, okay.
But it's literally because of doing 2 weekends in a row. It's literally...
Are there going to be any famous people there?
No, it's mostly... Or there's a couple, but it's mostly a vendor show, which I like. I did really well there last year. It had a great turnout. It's only $5 to get in. But there's no airs about the show. They're not we're trying to be something we're not. It's a vendor show. You're going there to spend. You're going there to dig for comics or toys or whatever you're kind of jonesing for.
Portland's not that far away.
No, you're doing a dive. It was a really good show last year. I liked it a lot. Good turnout. Good people who were working it.
See, what you need is to have me pay me $20 and a meal to come sit at your table and sign things.
No one's coming for that.
You don't know that. People be like, oh, people love to get stuff signed. They don't even have to know who I am. Oh, yeah, he's famous. What does he do? He's famous. Have him sign it, and I'll sign things.
I'm going solo on this one, too.
Oh, like Star Wars Solo?
No, that sounds crappy.
Oh, okay. Solo.
I hope that's good. But yeah, so there are my announcements, I guess. Probably done writing for that website. Stay tuned for an announcement in a number of months when I say my kind of next thing I'm doing. And given my track record of,
following through,
starting a business of minimal returns, I have some cred there of at least putting myself out there.
Are you starting a second business?
No.
So it's going to be a new kind of podcast?
No.
Is it going to replace the Buffy Back issue bin when it's done?
That's basically what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this to kind of be my one creative endeavor and then do a second thing versus doing the 3 things I'm kind of doing right now. Because right now I'm doing 2 shows and, I was doing the writing.
Are you going to, put on some sort of, some bell bottoms or, a hippie yoga and go, try and become...
Hot yoga. That's actually my next endeavor. Hot yoga.
Do some hot yoga to re-energize the creative juices?
Yeah.
I was going to, go sit and, meditate, burn some incense.
I have a space heater. I'm just going to turn it up. Hot yoga.
Space heater, maybe sprinkle some that potpourri stuff on the top of it to kind of be like incense.
And some juices on that potpourri.
Oh wow!
Let's do the news.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
It's time for the news.
Just the way you say that, some juices on the potpourri.
I try and make things sound as bad as humanly possible.
That's very uncomfortable. Because, I want to ask a clarifying question, but I know better than to ask a clarifying question.
Did you put some kind of, liquid on potpourri to make it all smelly and crap?
I don't know, because I don't really have potpourri. I like the little, spruce bags. You can buy, a little bag of, spruce needles or whatever that smell really nice.
For, 2 days.
You know what? That's 2 days of improvement.
I got, 5 of them in the house right now. They're long dead.
From Beans?
I don't know where they came from.
I gotta go down to Beans soon. I have a bag that I have that the zipper is malfunctioning on.
So you broke it?
I didn't break it. It stopped working.
Unrelated to your zipper, Josh Boone.
Who?
Director.
Of what?
I'll just continue. Okay. The guy who's doing the New Mutants movie.
Oh, yeah, him.
He envisions New Mutants as a horror trilogy. And do you know what my reaction to that is?
It's scary. Boo.
Boone. Don't do that.
That was...
You know what I stretched? I reached.
You did. That's twice in the first part of the show.
I just...
Maybe you do need the hot yoga to kind of reinvigorate the creative juices. Maybe you shouldn't be putting your creative juices on the potpourri in your hot yoga sessions.
That sounded far dirtier than anything I said.
In the history of the show, it's quite mild, actually.
Yeah, I don't quite vibe with that idea. I'm all for it being if you want to try doing different genres for a movie, but doing a trilogy, kind of keeping it the same vein, that it almost feels like it's cheapening it a bit. Do it once, then do the next one as something different. New Mutants is an amazing book. It's a book that doesn't get the love it deserves. Especially the first 50-ish issues. That's not true. It's more like the first 80 issues. It was a 100-issue run.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying 80% of it doesn't get loved like it should?
Yeah, it's amazing.
A lot like your childhood.
I had a very happy childhood.
I know. I was trying to make a funny.
I know. One of those, I don't really have childhood, trauma or badness. I'm how dare you, Mom and Dad, raise me in a stable household where things were pretty good?
They took the door away from you.
We're not talking about that story.
Okay, just saying.
In all fairness, that's my own fault. But yeah, I don't know. It was just doing it as a one-off feels right. Let's try and do something different with the genre.
Mm-hmm.
But doing it over and over again, the number of horror sequels that work 3 times over are not. So don't do it, I guess is what I'm saying.
I like what you're saying. Be creative.
Yeah, I'm all for this first one being a horror movie, but try and experiment with different genres. The industry's been doing that, and keep doing that. Don't do that same thing more than once. And even thinking about the New Mutants stuff, there aren't a lot of other arcs that I think would really deal well with horror. I could probably come up with 2. We're doing the first one is the Demon Bear Saga, which I'm not going to kind of spoil. But then you could do stuff with maybe Morlocks and the Mutant Massacre. Morlocks are basically mutants who aren't Halle Berry pretty and live in the sewers because of their physical deformities.
Oh, so the Morlock type people from Time Traveler.
essentially, yeah. Like, you could do maybe a horror movie with that, but
H.G. Wells.
if I'm thinking, like, I know the New Mutant stuff, and I can give you a 2. I couldn't give you a 3, and if I can't give you 3, probably a bad call. Anywho, we'll see. It could be good, it could be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Punisher, new trailer. We didn't watch it. Or I watched it. It's fine. Same stuff. But more importantly, it gave a release date, which I was shocked.
They got to commit to it now at this point.
Yeah. You know what day it's coming out? Because Warner Brothers can't have anything for themselves.
The same day that, probably not going to be the same day Star Wars comes out.
No, same company. They're not competing with themselves.
Oh, because Warner Brothers can't have anything to themselves?
Same day as Justice League.
Oh.
Very understated reaction. Like, okay. Yeah, Punisher's going to drop November 17th, the same day as Justice League.
See, I misinterpreted what you said. Warner Brothers can't have anything to themselves.
No, they can't.
I thought you meant like Warner Brothers was like, oh, we're going to do this because we want to insert ourselves.
No, whenever Warner Brothers announces a thing, Disney's like, yeah, we're going to try and one-up you or undercut what you're doing.
What's going to be better, Punisher or Justice League? You're hoping Punisher. I mean, you're hoping Justice League. Actually, you're probably hoping they're both really good.
I mean, ideally, yeah. I think I'd rather have Justice League be better. Punisher will probably be better. I don't know what it is, and I'm going to sound like an old man for saying it. The older I get, the less I'm interested in, like, hyper-violence.
That's fair, and it's reasonable.
Like, when I was in, like, my early 20s, I was, like, all about, like, blood and guts and, like, crazy over-the-top stuff.
Now you want a character piece.
I mean, I did then, too, but
You wanted the character to get eviscerated.
I have no interest in kind of, you know, guys getting shot in the head a bunch. It doesn't really do anything for me anymore.
Neither do they, probably, but...
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm not against Punisher, but I'm not like, I can't wait to see him shoot a bunch of people.
So you're really kind of like falling from the wayside of like, you know, you're not a Departed kind of guy anymore. Or a Machete.
Well, that stuff I'm fine with. I'm fine with, like, over-the-top, crazy, like, super bloody. Like, give me something even as recent as, like, Dead Alive, which is the bloodiest movie ever. But
is that a Rob Zombie movie?
No, that was Peter Jackson before Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Like, they literally gave out barf bags in that movie. It's so bloody, it's like 5 gallons of blood like a second.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Wasn't that a Rob Zombie movie with, like, a lot of fake blood in it, too?
I don't like Rob Zombie stuff because it's like real kind of visceral realistic horror. Like if I'm going to see like crazy blood and violence, I want it to be so over the top it goes beyond the realm of like possibilities.
80 gallons of fake blood.
That seems low.
The plot: a young man's mother is bitten by a Sumatran rat monkey. She gets sick and dies, at which time she goes back to life, killing and eating dogs, nurses, friends, and neighbors. Sound about right?
It's really undercutting the intensity of that. The protagonist at the end of the movie picks up a lawnmower, not like going down, like picks it up and walks through like 50 zombies with the lawnmower blade just cutting them all to pieces.
How did it work out for the zombies?
They all died. He slips in a lot of the blood.
Oh, well, I mean, you should be wearing some stuff like some boots.
Not that much. Yeah. But I don't know, as I get older, I really care less for realistic violence. I still like, I'm all for over the top, like
Machete.
Yeah, silliness, but the Punisher looks like they're kind of going more for that like real visceral kind of stuff, which is not up my alley anymore.
Not necessarily a lot of blood, but you know that people are getting shot up, and
it looks like it's realistic violence, and that doesn't do anything for me. I don't
see. Probably actually, as much as I've been saying you want to see Sons of Anarchy, if that's not going to do it for you, the violence in Sons of Anarchy is pretty realistic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my thing anymore.
Oh well,
it used to be, but I'm an old man now at 29.
You've tempered yourself.
That's the thing. Aquaman has wrapped filming. Kind of the end of that story. I guess we'll see, you know, this one will still be within the connected DCU universe, but we'll see how many more movies after Justice League actually fall into it.
I'm guessing we're not going to get the Cyborg movie that everyone wants.
I'm guessing never.
Oh.
And no one wants that. No one cares.
Did you not sense the sarcasm?
Yeah, woo, Cyborg. I mean, maybe he'll be good in Justice League.
What about a Flash movie?
I mean, they were talking about doing Flashpoint, which is going to kind of reset everything. So I don't know. Aquaman might be the end of this universe, depending on how well Justice League does. But speaking of Justice League, oh, the internet was ablaze this week.
Oh, is it our dumb internet story of the week?
This probably could have gotten it. Because people were upset, angry, enraged over some Justice League news.
Oh, really? People being dumb again?
Overreacting is a better term.
So they were interneting is pretty much
yeah. Justice League is going to be the shortest DC movie of all time.
That's not good.
When I read that headline, I was like, oh man, it's going to be like 90 minutes. They're just going to be trying to pump it in. Like, we've talked about it before. Low runtime means you get as many screenings as possible. You recoup the most amount of money.
Yes.
It's 121 minutes. It's a 2-hour movie.
And that's going to be the shortest DC movie?
Yeah, that's fine. It's 2 hours.
2 hours is good.
Yeah, but there was like, that's the end of the, like, DC. It's all, it's 2 hours. Let's hack off 10 minutes for credits.
It's still an hour and 50 minutes.
It's an hour and 50 minutes of footage. That's fine. That's normal.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be a grand, like, sprawling epic. If it's, they don't have the footage to make it longer, good. Keep it tight. I actually kind of took it as good news. Like, tighten up what you got.
Yeah.
Better to have 2 solid hours versus, a meandering 2.5.
Oh no, because Thor's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. It's 2 hours. That's a reasonable length for a movie.
Yeah, 2 hours is about
what do
your
you want?
Age of Ultron was 2 hours and 22 minutes. But that didn't feel like 2 hours and 22 minutes.
No, but you probably could have trimmed some fat in there.
You probably could have.
Maybe all of the product placement.
Yeah, what about Winter Soldier's runtime? 2 hours, 16 minutes. So it's in the ballpark.
Yeah, if it was like 90 minutes, it'd be like, this is a disaster. But it's a little over 2 hours. It's fine.
Suicide Squad was 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah.
What was Batman v Superman?
Forever. 4 days, I think.
3 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah, that went over so well.
That's not the extended cut runtime, though.
Hurts me.
181 minutes was the extended cut.
Yeah, whatever. It's 2 hours. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, worry about it because it looks bad, but don't worry about it for the runtime.
Yes.
It's not the thing that should be turning you off this movie.
Have real concerns about the movie.
Star Trek Discovery. They said f***.
Did they really?
It's not the news story, but I just thought I'd bring it up real quick.
Oh, wow.
The real news story is it was renewed for a second season, but they have a potty mouth.
Good for them.
For the second season or the potty mouth?
Both.
Yeah. Things are getting real in Star Trek.
They've obviously been involved with Swear Trek.
I love that Twitter account.
Oh my god, yes.
It's such a good Twitter account. But yeah, Star Trek Discovery is back for a second season.
Baby.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get a hold of it on the... I'm not going to pay the $9.99, but...
Yeah, I still want to
I'll find a way to binge it when it's time.
Yeah, legally. But good for them. Like, because right now the shortest running series is, I guess, 2 seasons, technically, if you want to count the animated. But for live action, we're 3 seasons is...
Enterprise.
That was 4. The original series had 3.
Oh, yes.
So good for them. I'm glad that they're going to get a chance to go do more into it. Kind of wish I was seeing it now, but work with what you got. You can't give me one thing, CBS, and expect me to pay you. You got to give me more than one. I'm not going to pay you for Young Sheldon. So that's called?
Yes, Young Sheldon.
All right, got there.
The people at the Les Moonves of Columbia Broadcast System is listening.
Hey, why not? Let's just dive into pop culture instead of dealing with the real world.
Okay.
It's a safer place right now.
Probably.
Confirmed by Shazam director. That movie is going to be coming out in April of 2019.
Isn't that with The Rock? The Rock's in Shazam?
He's going to be the villain, or maybe he's not.
Oh.
Maybe there's going to be a
friend of the show,
movie.
Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah. Originally he was in it, then they were saying he wasn't. They were going to do a spin-off movie with Shazam as like main villain, Black Adam. I hope he's in it, because...
Black Adam is an ATOM, not Black Adam is ADAM.
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
Yeah, Black Adam. The second one you said.
ADAM?
Yeah.
That's like James Proudstar.
Except he's white.
That's really confusing.
But Shazam is I guess you could say the same for Superman, but like he's a happy, positive character, so hopefully, injecting some positivity into the DC movie universe, if it continues.
Yeah, if it gets that far.
That's the problem.
It has to. I mean, it's the second major comic book distributor and publisher in the world.
I mean, they just might reset. I don't know. I feel like Wonder Woman might kind of force them to stay on track.
Because Wonder Woman was excellent.
Yeah, and now that they're going into Wonder Woman 2, they just made like, we need to keep this train rolling because of this franchise. Wonder Woman might force the potentially canceled universe to continue.
Do you think that they are realizing they made a mistake in trying to create a universe and just make individual standalone movies?
That's what I mean, people talk about that like that's a fresh idea. Like, they're just going to do standalone movies. Like, that was literally everything that happened before Iron Man.
And that would have been fine. But they're trying to mimic Marvel.
I don't know. I'm all for the I mean, I'd ideally like them to do both. I'd like them to mimic Marvel, but also do the Elseworld stuff. Like, if you give me, Superman Red Sun, like, what if Superman landed in communist Russia versus Kansas? Do that story. Like, they've teased that already. Like, or this Joker origin movie, whatever it's going to be. Have it be disconnected from this, but also still have, like, the main universe going on. That's comics. You don't just do one thing. You put your characters in a lot of different pots and cook them up into a delicious buffet where some things work and some things don't. And you're like, yeah, I'll have the orange chicken, but I'm not really interested in the General Tso's.
Sesame. I'm more of a sesame guy.
I do like sesame. Really, sesame seeds enhance every meal ever. True story. Cereal, sesame seeds.
You're kidding.
Yes. Maybe if you baked it or something, I don't know.
Bake your cereal?
Yeah, before you put some milk in there.
It comes pre-baked.
I don't know, I'm spitballing. Throwing things out.
Well, if this is your next creative endeavor, I think you should consider different ideas.
Yeah. Comic news. Last Jedi. You've heard of this upcoming movie?
Oh, yes. It may be in the news.
We have tickets for it.
Yes, we do.
You're welcome.
I said thank you.
We already talked about one comic book, one shot that's going to tie into everything. What was it, like Luke and Leia on Krayt or Krayt? I guess we'll find out how it's pronounced when we see the movie.
Yeah.
There's going to be another tie-in book about DJ, who I'm not convinced is the character's real name, but Benicio del Toro's character, DJ, he is going to have a one-shot in January kind of explaining his backstory post-Last Jedi, but canonically pre-Last Jedi, if his name is really DJ. His name shouldn't be DJ because DJ.
Maybe he's the guy he's in charge of the music at the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah, no, that's why I said now before you were done.
You knew where it was going?
It was going somewhere bad and about DJs.
Well, Mos Eisley Cantina, you'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Now moving on.
It was a lot better before they added in that guy, the digital singing thing.
You're thinking about Max Rebo Band with...
Max Rebo Band and...
Jedi.
Still, it was better before that happened.
Yes, it was. I mean, those puppets were pretty bad.
I still like the Cricket Man from the first one.
Cricket Man.
He's like in the corner, but it's not more like a praying
mantis.
Mantis.
Yeah. I like the werewolf with like the unmoving mouth, and like everyone else is moving so seamlessly, except that one werewolf.
Yes.
Who is just clearly a rubber mask. But yeah, that's happening. I say Star Wars comics are so good right now. Buy Star Wars books. I love them. There's been a couple of flops, but considering how many they've been putting out, 90% of them are really strong. Buy them. Like, you like you like Star Wars. Buy some Star Wars books. You'd enjoy them too.
I'm sure I would.
I think we're going to do one of them in January.
Oh, all right.
I think. I'm trying to decide, like, do we start at the beginning or do we go with, like, the crazy one? I think we're going to do the crazy one.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Well, I mean, not that long ago.
Does the book, when you open it, does it make the big fanfare?
It doesn't, but they should.
No.
Marvel, are you listening? You know what movie I like a lot? The best movie of the year for me so far?
Terminator Genesis.
That was 2 years ago, and I hate it with a fiery passion.
Okay, so I was wrong.
I hate that movie so much.
I know, that's why I said it.
No, Logan.
Oh, I do love that movie. It's probably
such a good movie.
Now is in the clubhouse as my best comic movie of the year.
Best comics. That
one
for
of the
me,
best movies of the year. Period.
For me, right now, that's like
the best movie of the year.
Easily for me. Hugh Jackman's done, but James Mangold, the co-writer / director of that movie, they're working on a Laura spin-off movie. Right now, like, there's been nothing greenlit, like nothing with studio involvement. But right now, he's just trying to get a script together to kind of present.
Oh, that'd be kind of neat.
And Hugh Jackman's like, I have nothing to do with it, but she's amazing, and if this happens, I will be the first one in line. Which, it's the kind of thing you say.
Yeah, well, she's a talented actress, and it was...
Yeah,
she was one of the best parts of the movie.
I know, and I usually hate kid actors, and I liked her. So if you do that, great. I, too, will be in line for that movie.
Give him the money.
Yeah. A little more comic news made me excited. Dark Knight's Metal is happening right now. Most people love it. Some people are like, I like my comics a little more restrained than this insanity, this metal.
Metal!
Well, it's supposed to be insane. Basically, yeah, they're like, we're going as nuts as we can.
I love it.
But one of the things they're going nuts with that was just announced today, I think it's only going to be a one-shot. Metal scribe Scott Snyder is going to be co-writing Dark Knight's Rising, The Wild Hunt with Grant Morrison. It's fine if you don't know the name. I saw your face. You were like, I said it really excited, and you were like,
Van Morrison?
No.
Oh.
Is he alive?
Fact check the show. Will you tell your tale?
Of Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison was basically every Batman writer, at least within the last 15 years, seems to get about like 5 years on the book, and then it gets passed off to someone else. Grant Morrison did 2 runs back, and it's an amazing run. He tried to connect like all of the Batman mythos together. Like a lot of people are like, let's ignore the past, let's ignore, certain aspects. He's like, no, bring it all in. It all happened, it's all real. And I'm going to do some crazy stuff with it because I am Grant Morrison and I love psychedelic drugs. And I'm going to make this stuff as crazy as I can.
Speaking of psychedelic drugs, Van Morrison is still alive.
Oh, good for him.
Guess how old he is? Take a stab.
78.
Not bad. 72.
Yeah, I went high. Whatever.
His first name is George.
Didn't know that.
George Ivan Van Morrison. Van is like from Ivan.
Yeah.
He's also a knight. Sir Van Morrison.
Sir George. Hey, Grant Morrison is one of the best comic writers of all time. And I'm sure I've talked about him in the past. He's a guy who does great with an editor. Like, don't let him go full Morrison. Full Morrison is too much.
Somebody that's kind of...
You need someone to kind of rein him in a little bit. But
pump the brakes a little.
He's amazing. He's one of the best comic writers of all time. And he hasn't written Batman's in 6 years. And he did it for about 15 consecutive years. So, hey, I was thrilled when I saw that.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Grant. It's been a while, buddy. Missed you.
Yay.
I can't wait to see what weird drug-induced Batman story you bring me. With something crazier than anything you've ever done is happening. And you're like, oh, I got ideas. I know they like DC they gave him he did Justice League for a long time, which I think we're going to do one of his Justice League stories right before the movie because I love it. But they were like, all right, you can have Batman. You can have like the creme de la creme. Like, what are you going to do? What crazy Grant Morrison idea are you going to do? Like, what insane off the wall, like crazy idea do you have? He's like, I don't know. Let's give Batman a kid. They're like,
that's crazy.
More restrained than we were thinking, but sure, why not? Give him a kid. It's like, all right, got this. Morrison out. Last bit of news. News that strikes me near and dear to my heart in a bad way. Kind of pissed me off.
Yes.
It's also, I don't know, cautionary, or I'm just trying to boost the signal, I guess. Joe Quesada. I think he's currently running up Marvel Television. He, for a while, was editor-in-chief at Marvel for a good number of years. He's done a lot of great for the company. Amazing artist. He was at DC before that. He did some Batman stuff in the early 90s. Responsible for a ton of good at Marvel. Couple of bad things.
We can't all have winners.
Yeah. So, brand new day, one more day. We're not going to go further than that, but, that was kind of his thing. Moving on from the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Relatively private individual, which is why this kind of came up. He had a guy they had hired for maintenance for like 15 years around his multiple homes, and the guy had some surgery, and they kind of gave him like, easy jobs and some money advancements to try and help get this guy that they known for over a decade back on his feet. He's a relatively high level up in Marvel, so he has a couple of homes, and in his New Jersey home, this individual had been staying there without their knowledge.
Squatting.
Yeah, like covered up all the security cameras like with towels and...
That'd be like, why is my security camera only showing, towels?
Yeah. But he stole and sold a minimum, this is a minimum, of 185 pages of art, going back, not just art that Quesada had done, but like his private collection, going back to stuff like from the 40s.
Wow.
And he left the country and he came back and he's been arrested. But
rightfully so.
All this art has been, sold, some of it more than once, and he's trying to like hunt down all of his stuff and seeing if he can get his hands on it. He's not being like, give me my art. He's like, I understand that you bought it under like false pretenses. I will pay you to get my property back. And there hasn't been like a list released of the art, but for me, like
that sucks.
Yeah,
like you're paying for the same thing twice.
Well, just it's stuff. He's in the business. He knows people or things mean certain things. Like, you can't duplicate that stuff. It's insane. And 185 pieces minimum, like big money pieces. Like, I don't think it's like a money thing. I mean, you buy art for certain reasons, and I don't know.
It's a principle thing. It's like my stuff. I bought it for me because I want it for this, and
yeah,
this is what I get out of it. And now he doesn't have it anymore.
It bothered me. Just, I mean, compared to like 185 pieces you have in one of your homes, I don't have close to that.
No,
I got like 30 pieces compared to, however many Quesada has.
More than you.
A lot more than me. But I mean, for me personally, like, those are I don't know. I think the story kind of struck me just because, like, that's my favorite stuff that I have is the art that I own. Like, if this house burned down, like, I would be running through the house, like, grab the art!
Not the dog?
The dog wins. The animals win first, but after the animals, I'd be running back into the house, like, get the art!
Fair.
Or that's, like, a fear at the store, like, please don't break into my store and steal my art. Steal the books, that's fine.
Don't steal the art.
Don't touch the art. But he put stuff up on his Facebook for the police department that's looking into it. It's like, if you know anything about it, or you know any of the art pieces that are being, like, stolen and redistributed, like, please contact these people.
Let them know what's going on. Be a good citizen.
Yeah, piss me off. Because, you know, I like my art.
You probably would like if somebody came and just lived in your house without your knowledge and sold your shit.
Yeah, no, I don't like that too much.
No.
You live in my house. Don't touch my art.
Sweet, moving in.
Don't touch my anything.
You just said I could move into your house.
You can live on this couch. No, you can't even live on this couch. You get to live on the Papazon. No one sits in that except the cat. The cat will fight you for the Papazon.
I changed my mind about living here.
Okay. I guess that's it for the news. Don't steal art, I guess.
Yeah, good life advice. Don't be a douche.
Don't take
Dink,
advantage of
dink.
people who have, you know, let you into their home and given you money.
Fair.
Good life advice, I guess.
Yes.
Moving on to our main topic.
Mm.
In yet another Halloween-filled Jared's Reading Corner.
It's Jared's Reading Corner.
You can talk anytime now. Like, I'll put...
Oh, okay. I was
theme-
waiting for if you, like...
I mean, I need, like, a second to put the theme in, but you were just sitting there, mouth agape,
Well,
surprised,
because I do love
shocked.
Jared's Reading Corner. It's a great job. This week on the Reading Corner, continuing with our spooky Halloween theme in the month of October, I got to travel into the world of Marvel Zombies.
The first one.
Yes.
And this is the only one we're going to talk about because the rest are crap.
Yes, but...
Not to be direct.
Yeah. But Marvel Zombies, written by Robert Kirkman, and Sean Phillips did the art.
Robert Kirkman, if that name sounds familiar, it should. He's, you know, kind of the biggest name in comics. Guy who created The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Still writes every issue. You know, executive produces the show. Currently probably suing AMC out of existence for cheating him out of money.
Screwing him.
Oh yeah, real bad. This came out 2005, 2006-ish. So full spoilers, so we don't have to deal with that. Just enjoy the ride. And also buy it and read it because it's really entertaining and we're not going to be able to, like, fully give you the pleasure of reading Marvel Zombies because this is fun.
Yes. We're not going to take all of it away from you. But we'll give you the... I have a mint, I think, in my pocket.
Say, do you have a
from dinner.
lollipop in there?
No, I have a mint from dinner, actually. Look at that. I'll save that for after the show.
A peppermint.
Yes, I do. One of those little pinwheel ones.
Yeah, no, we got you. We understand what peppermints are.
Well, I'm just describing it for the people at home. Or a car, or gym.
I can't work out to podcasts.
No, I couldn't either.
I can do basically anything else to podcasts, but I can't do,
Poop?
like, of course.
Okay.
But I can't
Cook?
exercise. Yeah. I'm saying literally everything but exercise.
Okay. What about shower?
Not anymore. Like, when I was younger, I used to, like, I'd take some speakers and, like, hook my phone up to it and, like, I might play music or something. I guess I could do that with podcasts.
I like music when I shower.
I don't do it anymore. I used to. I guess I don't really have any accessible options upstairs right now where the shower is.
No, I have a Bluetooth speaker, so it works out really well.
My Bluetooth speaker is at the store.
Oh.
Fills it with a musical tone.
Tone.
Talk about Marvel Zombies.
Yes, anyway. No, it was really interesting. It was coming out of a different story arc from what you were telling me, and it's Earth 2146, 21...
It's not your main
something.
Marvel universe. It's spinning out of something in the Ultimate Marvel universe, a now defunct universe.
Yeah, I wonder why. I'll tell you why at the end of this, because somebody probably ate everybody.
Because the Ultimate Universe kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Except for parts of it, but mostly sucks.
Yeah, so we start out with our boy Magneto, and he's talking about a machine being destroyed, and then we see, well, a whole lot of zombie superheroes, including a zombie Spider-Man, a zombie Colonel America.
Lets you know it's a different universe.
Yes.
Colonel America.
Has the top part of his head cut off by his own shield.
Yeah, because it's Magneto. Basically, the quick gist is all the zombies were invading the Earth. Magneto shut it all off, so now it's all self-contained within the universe. But most of the heroes and villains are already zombies. So Magneto don't think this is too neato.
No.
And he's trying to kill them all.
Especially when he got eaten.
By the Wasp.
Yeah, the Wasp comes in and has a snack at his expense, but all of the superheroes become zombies because of this virus, this invasion virus thing. It's really not a good time to be a superhero.
And they go to town on him. They're like, hey, he's super tasty.
Yeah.
To the point where they eat him so much he doesn't get turned into a zombie because they literally eat every piece of his
They
flesh.
eat all of him, and it's really graphically represented.
Yeah, this is not a book for the faint of heart.
Especially where Hulk rips his leg off.
He eats the whole leg, though. The
Good
Hulk
for him.
He's really selfish. He eats the whole leg. Everyone else gets, like, you know, little piece. Hulk's like, I get a leg.
Meanwhile, everybody else is tearing him apart.
A gut, an esophagus, a liver, a thigh, a toe, a butt cheek.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just not very good. But all these superhero zombies are, they're just kind of chilling after they eat Magneto. And they've really destroyed most of the Earth. And then guess who shows up? The Silver Surfer. And that means one thing. Galactus, not far behind.
Yeah, in this universe, the Silver Surfer has never appeared. And all of the zombies, the Marvel zombies, the heroes are talking like they don't really understand what's going on. They know that they hunger. And they know that when they have to eat, but it doesn't really satisfy them. And they can't eat zombie flesh. Zombie flesh does nothing for them. And for the most part, they just, like, live in the hunger. Like, the only one who kind of shows any remorse is Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, how's your aunt and your wife? It's like, my God, I hate them so bad.
Oh, my bad.
And they just kind of, like, rib him for it. They're like, hey, how's your wife?
So anyway, Silver Surfer shows up, and everyone's like, oh, look, takeout.
Yeah, because they've never seen him before in this universe.
Yes, especially the big guy.
That is Hank Pym, Giant Man.
Yes, doesn't he have a laboratory?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
/ Ant-Man / Yellow Jacket.
Oh, so a lot of everything.
He has many alii.
I do like the fact that the Hulk, when he goes back to being Bruce Banner, has like this big stomach ache.
Yeah, like he's got a real pot belly on him when he turns back into Bruce Banner. Like after he eats, like the anger / hunger goes away and he turns back into Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
So the leg he ate just explodes out of his stomach because the leg is too, if you ate a leg, you couldn't quite fit that into your body.
So anyway, back at the Wasp Giant Man, Ant-Man's lair, we find, the Black Panther. And guess what? He's on the menu.
He's still alive. He's
still alive. He didn't really get the zombie virus, but he has no arm and, well, now he has no foot.
Yeah. Hank is trying to solve the zombie problem. They don't really want... They know they're zombies and they can't help the hunger, but they don't want to be zombies. And everyone they know is, a zombie. Except apparently, Hank has been keeping T'Challa
alive.
Sedated / alive. While, hacking off a piece every now and then just to satiate himself.
Yeah, and the Wasp shows up and she thinks, oh, well, you've been hiding food. And isn't having any of that. So they fight.
And he bites his wife's head off.
Yeah, well, that takes care of that problem, doesn't it?
Which, for those up on your Hank Pym lore, the most famous thing Hank Pym has ever done is, number 1, create Ultron. Number 2 is beat up his wife. So he takes it a step further in this book and literally bites her head off.
Yeah, and then resumes to going and eating T'Challa's foot.
So he doesn't kill him.
No, not outright. And then, Silver Surfer, he's just kind of scanning the scene.
Like, your world is mine, so comes Galactus, if this be Doomsday. We read that story.
Yes.
If this be Doomsday.
A Fantastic Four story.
Yeah, Stan likes his...
Yeah, there was the big fat baby looking guy.
Yes, Uatu. The big fat baby, yes. Uatu was there.
Meanwhile, Spider-Man has his leg broke off. That sucks. As they're all deciding, well, what do we need to do? And Iron Man is like, well, why is Spider-Man all emotional? Because you get hungry? Do you need food? Should we go out and find food? And they decide, well, we need to figure out what's going on with this and also the Silver Surfer dude who shows up at Times Square. And they're like, oh, well, what's going on? Oh, actually, took that out of sequence. They didn't tell Tony about it until the Silver Surfer showed up.
Yeah. Like, let's eat his face. Makes sense.
Yes.
Because everyone else seems to be dead. Let's eat his face.
And, Silver Surfer's like, oh, well, sucks for you guys because Galactus is on his way. And everyone's like, oh, really?
And I'm impenetrable.
Yeah.
Until an army of zombies attacks
Yeah,
him.
Guess what? They're on their way. And, well, Tony, he wants first taste. And they fight. And Tony gets cut in half.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer uses the power cosmic and kicks a lot of ass. There's a lot of, blasting. A lot of Kirby crackle in there, which I love.
Yes.
I'm always a fan of the Kirby crackle.
And Zap and Vop. But
for most of these heroes, we're seeing kind of, for, lack of a better term, their quote-unquote classic costumes. So it's kind of fun seeing a bit of a throwback for a few of them.
I like when Wolverine goes to slice into the Silver Surfer and pulls the adamantium out of his body.
Yeah.
He just stands and goes, crap.
It's really gross. So, imagine Wolverine. He has his claws out, and he's a rotting zombie. He goes basically, rock in a hard place kind of deal. Strikes his claws against the Silver Surfer. His skeleton stays in place as he strikes him, and the rest of his flesh just keeps going down below that. So it's just an arm with some claws sticking out, with all of the flesh kind of below the shoulder just gone.
The Silver Surfer's like, you know what? I might want to get out of here. And then he zaps the Hulk in the face. Hulk's response? Silverman regret frying Hulk's face. Seems reasonable, especially if it's the Hulk. And the Hulk, well, he bites the head off the Silver Surfer.
Chomps him.
And
With
then
some lovely Kirby crackle right around his jaw.
Then they proceed to consume the Silver Surfer. So much for that. Well, anyway, back to our boy Black Panther, who's got one leg and one arm and a head. The Wasp's head. Yeah, because we don't really learn the rules of killing zombies in this world. Like, Captain America lost half his brain. He's still alive / dead. The Wasp had her head removed. She's still alive / dead. Like, what actually constitute for killing a zombie in this in this world is, complete annihilation or nothing, I guess. Because everyone's kind of fine. So while Hank is, partaking in a little piece of Silver Surfer a la carte, he escapes with his one leg, one arm, and takes the Wasp's head with him. Yes. So come with me, lady. And then they are stumbling along, and they run into some people who want to know where Magneto is. Because they come from Asteroid M. Good for them. What is Asteroid M? The moon. No, this is an asteroid that Magneto has that also rotates the Earth. Yeah, and he hasn't been back for a while. While all this is going on, Galactus shows up, and he wants to know where Silver Surfer is. Guess what? Consumed. He's dead. This is I like continuity. That. Yeah, the silver guy that flew around on the surfboard. Yeah, we ate him. To which Galactus goes, "What?" And then they were like, "Oh, and we're gonna eat you too." And Galactus is like, "Right, you hunger?" And then just feeds them energy rays, the power cosmic. Yeah, because Galactus' whole thing is like the Galactus hungers and blah blah blah. I gotta eat a world, so that's my deal. I'm always hungry. And he's kind of mocking their hunger while he's shooting Kirby Crackle at him. Yes, and he's actually like kicking maximum ass because it's Galactus. Yes, so like, not zombie Galactus, like regular old Galactus. Is like, I'm gonna deal with this crap. I'm gonna zap you all and then eat your planet. Yeah. So anyway, the people from Asteroid M are dealing with T'Challa, who throws the Wasp's head at them, and she starts biting and eating people, so that's really not good for any of them. And Black Panther with one arm, and he's the one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, and he's winning. Yeah. Like, what are you going to do against us? He's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And he did. So he answers the eligible question, what happens to the one-legged man in the ass-kicking contest? He won. Yeah, he just beat them all up. I love that. I love that he just hits them with like a cane and his one foot and his decapitated head and his one arm. Yes. Also, can I just point out Spider-Man and what's his face? The guy with the yellow jacket? Luke Cage. Oh, that is, yes, Luke Cage. They're playing Go Fish, waiting for the plan to deal with Galactus. We haven't played poker in a while. We should do that. No, I do like playing poker. I like taking your money. Anyway, Galactus is back, and back on Asteroid M, or Asteroid 3. Asteroid 3. M. 3? M. That's an M. It just kind of looks like a 3. Right. It's not a Roman numeral. No. T'Challa is taken back to Asteroid M, where they basically are like, oh, we thought all of the humans were dead, but apparently you're still a human. Yes. So come on up with us, buddy. And they meet Forge. X-Men Forge. With a silver leg. He usually has a robotic leg. So and a yellow codpiece. In all fairness, this is very Forge. Yes. Look, he looks exactly like 90s Forge. So, back on Earth, they have this gun that goes vzap, and they shoot Galactus. With the power cosmic, because they've all absorbed some of it from the Silver Surfer, so this is going to siphon that power and shoot Galactus in the face while he's being attacked by a bunch of villains, including the Lizard, the Rhino, the Doctor Doom, I don't have the Stilt Man, which is my favorite. Juggernaut, Green Goblin, Hobgoblin.
This is Stiltman. See Stiltman?
He looks like an alien, like a robot from an old,
Like H.G. Wells kind of deal?
Yes.
Look, he's a man on stilts.
He is.
That's his power. It's real bad.
Top heavy guy.
They've been teasing him more and more in the first 2 seasons of Daredevil. I so badly want him to show up.
So anyway, they take down Galactus, and everyone's like, well, who's going to eat? And then they're like, well, wait a minute. We're going to fight for this. So the good guys and the bad guys fight over it.
As they should. And it's kind of an amazing page. You just see like zombie versions of heroes and villains just bum rushing each other.
Half an Iron Man.
Oh yeah, because he's flying with the power cosmic from the waist on down.
Yeah, Doc Ock, who doesn't have all of his arms. And really kind of confused how there's a zombie Venom.
It just looks like regular Venom, but then when the symbiote gets like kind of zapped away, we just see underneath that he's not looking good.
No, he's not. We get a zombie Sabretooth, a zombie Red Skull, who rips out Colonel America's brains.
Well, they were exposed, in all fairness, after the top of his head was removed by Magneto.
And he's also like, well, that's also right after he gets decapitated. And as he's dying, well, not dying, I don't guess he's not dead, but Red Skull's like, oh, this is really worth it to be able to kill Colonel America, what's left of him. So, anyway, Galactus is,
none too pleased.
No, he's not totally dead yet. But then, well, guess what?
What is this, a Monty Python bit?
What?
It's not totally dead yet.
Well, then he's like super dead afterwards because they take and eat him. They have a big old Galactus feast. All you can eat Galactus. Ben, meanwhile, back in Wakanda.
Yeah. A few years later, like, they don't know what's going to happen. They think the Earth is doomed. Everyone's dead. Maybe the zombies have all died out because there was no food left for them because they don't like zombie flesh. That stuff's nasty. It don't taste good.
Well, the zombies are gone, actually. They've left. They're like, oh, we're getting out of here. And we go to another world, which is an alien race. And guess what? The Galactus is coming. They figured it out, but it wasn't the Galactus.
It wasn't just Galactus. It's the zombies who ate Galactus, and now they're all Galactus, and they're going to eat a world of people.
Yeah, so you've got Zombie Hulk Galactus, Zombie Wolverine Galactus, Zombie Luke Cage Galactus, Zombie Torso Iron Man Galactus, Spidey Galactus.
Aunt Galactus.
Not to be confused with Aunt Gladys.
Do you have an Aunt Gladys?
I don't.
Then no one confused that.
Some people may have an Aunt Gladys.
Terrible name. No, I feel like people have like a Grandma Gladys. Gladys is a dead name.
Fair enough. So yeah, that's that. A fun little offshoot.
Yeah, it's just fun. The series spun out a few times, and every time got a little bit worse.
And you got a post-apocalyptic Marvel alternate universe.
Just take it for these first 6. It's great having Robert Kirkman doing a Marvel book. You know, clearly a big name, but it's fun. It's just fun.
It never takes itself seriously. It's like you talked about earlier in the news segment. Have fun with these. Comics are about having different stories with the same characters that aren't connected. You don't have to connect every story.
And boy, you're right. In what you just said, unknowingly, that's one of the faults of the future Marvel zombie books is they try and tie it into like the main Marvel universe. Fail. Major failure.
Womp.
I don't like most of some of them are fine. They just get, take a quick downward turn. It's not fun. But this first series, I love. It's so fun. It's just good. It stands on its own. You don't need to know anything going into it. You don't need to follow up on it. It's just fun and a standalone. I recommend it.
It's a good one-off kind of thing.
Especially on Hallows Eve. And I don't know. It doesn't, like, some of the art is pretty graphic, but I don't think you really need to worry about, like, delicate sensibility.
We've read more graphic things.
It's zombies eating flesh. If you don't want to see that, then don't read it. But beyond that, it's just kind of
yeah. I mean, if the cover turns you off, where it's Spider-Man with his ribcage exposed, holding on to somebody,
I love that. That's an homage to Amazing Fantasy 15, Spider-Man's first appearance. And most of the covers are that. When I say most, I actually mean all of the covers are homages to famous Marvel covers. And Marvel Zombies #1 is an homage to Amazing Fantasy 15. Yeah, really, the cover tells you everything you need to know. If you don't like what the cover has to offer, you're not going to like the book.
Yeah, or the back cover for that matter.
That is Spider-Man 300, or Amazing Spider-Man.
It also
300.
has a parental advisory on it, so
yeah, it's nothing crazy, it's entirely crazy, but it's just fun. And that's not a bad thing to do with comics. Have some fun. Enjoy the season. Enjoy Marvel Zombies. Don't read the sequel series. Sorry, people who worked on those. I guess not really.
Enjoy this for what it is.
Yeah, take it as the standalone. It's really good. I enjoy it a lot. Halloween plus time. Yay!
One more week of Halloween show.
Yeah, and this is kind of like big fun. Our next one's kind of like drama heavy. This is big, like seasonal fun. I wouldn't want to read this any time of the year other than this.
Like October read.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
But moving on from there, let's do letters to the editors. Halloween edition.
Wah!
You're no Vincent Price.
I wasn't trying to be Vincent Price.
Lot of questions, number one. Damn few answers.
Here's another one of your letters to the editors.
Make it so.
I should really just give you these questions ahead of time so they're not just surprises to you.
So I can study
Yes.
and come by like formulate an answer in advance.
Because this one I thought long and hard about.
So why don't you just lay it on me, answer, and I'll think about my answer while you answer.
All right. I got to show you an image, though, to give you context of what I have decided.
Oh, okay.
My phone is ancient, and it dies when it feels like it. Like 70% battery. It's like, you tried to do a thing. It's too much.
Why don't you get a new phone?
Because that would cost money.
This is the life you've chosen.
Such a clicky keyboard.
It is.
The question is, what Halloween movie or special would you reboot?
Ooh.
And I'll tell you right now, I went into more of the giant movie monster area.
Okay.
It's
the
not
Universal
scary.
Marvel. The
Oh
Universal.
no, I went weirder than that. Way weirder. Can't believe this only has a 4.2 out of 10 on IMDb because it's amazing.
We'll get on there and give it a 10-star rating.
So I thought long and hard. I actually gave this like 2 days worth of thought. Like, what would I actually reboot? This thing, like, do I want to do kind of the classics, like the Universal stuff? My first answer was like, redo the Universal stuff, but don't do like what the recent Mummy did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, keep it kind of in that time period that they were released, kind of like these old gothic kind of chillers. And it was like, I guess that kind of happened. Like, Wolfman did that in 2009, 2010. No one remembers that movie, but they did it. Wasn't very good. It's kind of hard to recapture that. Or like, well, the Hammer movies did it again with like Peter Cushing and Dave Prowse, and those are very of the time too, and they're really good for what they are. It's like, so I guess I don't really want those. And I started thinking about like different horror movies that I want, that like I would want to see remade. And what I ended up landing on is B movies.
Ooh, okay.
Give me some B movies that are terrible. And I would love to see terrible B movies with a real budget. And I came back to a movie that I watched. I haven't seen it in 7 years. I saw it senior year of college. I watched it with my roommate. I cannot describe this monster. I would like you to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the name of the movie.
Okay.
I'm going to show you this monster of the movie I would like to see remade.
All right.
The Giant Claw.
The Giant Claw. Okay.
Have you heard of this movie?
No, I haven't.
That is the Giant Claw.
What the hell is that?
It is as big as a battleship. They say that about 72 times in the movie as a descriptor.
It is like a chicken turkey long neck.
It's a demon turkey that's like 200 feet long.
Oh my lord, what the? I don't understand.
It's amazing.
Can we look at this picture, please, of the giant claw? Like,
I don't think that's the Giant Claw.
it's his head.
Oh my god, it is. That's a close-up of the Giant Claw. Imagine a,
Really? What about this one?
He's eating he's eating a plane?
That's awesome.
The Giant Claw looks like the...
He's got like scruffy hair.
Yeah, he's
balding.
A mentally challenged, demonic, 300-foot-long turkey.
That is incredible. His head is as big as a jetliner.
He's as big as a battleship.
Wow.
I don't think you know how many times they say that in the movie.
He's bigger than a battleship. He has to be. That's a really small jetliner.
He looks nothing like a battleship.
No, he doesn't. Wow.
But go for a B movie. Give me the Giant Claw. Remake the Giant Claw.
Oh, wow.
Because that's what I want.
I'm going to one-up you.
How can you possibly one-up the Giant
You know what I
Claw?
want? I want them...
Maybe like Robot Monster?
Nope. I want them to take and do... You know what would be great to reboot? And it could be so interactive as a fan vote of the... And you can make a month out of it. If you're really smart and you do it right, you got to spend a whole year getting ready for this. But you get A-list celebrities. You get big-time celebrities.
It's like, you get A-list celebrities. You get B-list celebrities.
You get big-time celebrities. You shoot it in black and white, but you put out a fan vote, and you redo the top 10 best Twilight Zone stories.
They already did that.
But like,
people died in that movie shoot.
No, I'm not saying a movie.
That's real.
I'm not saying a movie, but you do you do it on TV. You do the made for TV. You recreate the TV episode beat for beat, and they have the technology where they can put.
Did you not? I mean, I guess that would be like, did you not see it? That's the Twilight Zone movie. The Twilight Zone movie is remaking 4 of the top episodes.
Oh.
Except that some people died in one of them. Like, they got 4 different directors, like, including Spielberg.
Oh.
That's literally the Twilight Zone
I never saw
movie.
it. Oh.
Yeah, people actually died in the
I would do it better.
Though.
People wouldn't die on my shoot.
Oh, yeah, so that's good. I guess, what did Spielberg do? His was, like, kick the can or something.
But wouldn't it be cool to, like, if that was just, they did it on TV and made a TV event out of it?
But because Rod Serling was dead, they had Burgess Meredith, like, do the Rod Serling thing. Like, he was the narration in it.
Yeah.
He did, like, what, 4 episodes of Twilight Zone?
Yes.
And then the movie.
Or...
Come on, Burgess Meredith, man. So you've been one-upped by Burgess Meredith. You failed. You had an idea that's been done.
I thought it was a good idea.
It's already been done, though.
All right, then why not redo some Tales from the Crypt?
Which I don't think has been done.
But you do that.
So you just want to stick with anthology is what you're saying?
Yes.
You want to update some anthology stuff, like do like top 10 Tales of the Crypt episodes.
Yeah, but do it with like...
George Clooney, Matt Damon, I don't know.
Tom Hanks. One of those guys. It's not like the others.
Dylan Murphy, I don't know. Actors.
Yes.
Haley Joel Osment.
He sees dead people. I guess it did flutter in my head that there was a Twilight Zone movie, but I wasn't sure what it was about.
Yeah, they literally remade 4 episodes.
Did they do it to Serve Man?
Directors. Oh boy, what did they do?
Okay, I'll look it up. Now I feel like an idiot.
For coming up with an idea that happened 30 years ago.
Twilight Zone movie. 1983. So you could totally come back and do it again.
They did. There's a series. It failed. What was it on, like Spike TV or something?
Oh, maybe. Time Out, Kick the Can, It's a Good Life, and Nightmare at 20,000 Feet.
Oh, yeah, that was the Shatner one.
Yes, it was. I say redo it again, but give me like To Serve Man. Give me the one where the guy has this, he survives in the safe of the bank a nuclear holocaust and has all these books he can read and then crushes his glasses.
That's Burgess Meredith. That's a great one. It's one of my favorites.
Yes.
But I had time. And that was a terrible Burgess Meredith impression.
Oh.
That was truly awful. But it was one of my favorite episodes.
I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine being a guy who needs glasses and contacts. I would be devastated.
That episode's so funny to like watch now because they're like, "How dare you read books? Books are melting your mind." And now people are like, "Please read books."
Yes, read. Please educate
yourself. If you
yourself.
could do anything, please read a book. But in that episode, they're like, "How dare you read books?"
Yes,
that mind warping book reading.
Money, greed, capitalism.
Well, he worked. In all fairness, he's working at his job, and he's just reading on the job. So
he's
that's bad.
He's a crappy employee, is what he is.
And his wife is awful.
I want this mint. That's why I'm opening it right now.
I can tell.
It's not opening very.
Did you just spit plastic on my floor?
No, actually, not on my leg. Oh, you know what other Twilight Zone one would be a good one? Is where there's like, who's the alien? And the bus crash, and the alien ended up being the guy who ran the little diner.
There's a million Twilight.
And then
Twilight Zone is one of the best shows of all time. The first 3 seasons are unparalleled television. The last 2 are kind of garbage, except for like 1 with Burgess Meredith when he's the devil.
So I think that would be if they redid it now. But you got real like...
You're doubling down on the Twilight Zone idea.
Yep, damn straight.
All right. I say the giant claw.
Okay.
Please. I don't know if a trailer exists. I heard about it. I watched it. I think I watched it on the Super Bowl. Like for a couple of years, I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl. Instead, I'm going to watch a giant monster movie. And one year, I watched the giant claw with my roommate. We had never seen it. I was like, this is insanity.
Was it bad?
It's amazing.
It's like an amazing bad, or is it just...
It's amazing bad. It is an awful movie. It's nonsensical. The effects, the everything.
Is it like Kong vs. Godzilla?
Far worse. Far worse.
That wasn't very good.
I don't know why they say it's as big as a battleship so often.
Just to give you scope. Because they could have a matte painting of a battleship.
But it's so many different characters say it is the thing. Like, characters that aren't associated with each other. Like, it's as big as a battleship. It looks like a flying battleship. Flying battleship. Big as a battleship. Like, in what world is that a battleship? You have... Yeah, just go watch The Giant Claw.
There it is.
And remake it. Please remake The Giant Claw. I'm mostly against remakes, but if you gave me some of those like old B movies and remade them with like a real budget, don't give me like low budget, give me real budget. Give me real budget Giant Claw.
You're gonna get a real budget bad movie next month.
I don't want to.
Sorry.
I want it to be good.
Anyway, any Halloween sales? Anything for the kiddies on Halloween at the store next week?
No, the 28th, and I guess the 31st too, just by default.
Oh, okay.
Halloween Comic Fest, or Spook Fest, or something. Like, basically on Saturday, I'm giving away a bunch of Halloween comics, and I guess also on Halloween, just to double down on it, in case you miss out on Saturday.
Double down, just like I am on Twilight Zone Remake.
Yeah.
Oh, good Twilight Zone Remake.
I don't think I'm going to do candy. I think I'm just going to do comics this year, because I got a lot of them. It's kind of like, I've already spent a bunch of money. Why do I need to spend more?
How dare you give the kids books?
Yeah. But yeah, that's Saturday, and I guess Tuesday, because...
There it is. And where can we find the store?
210 Water Street, downtown Hollowell, Maine. I'm also going to be at the Portland Comic Expo this Sunday. Yay, 20 straight consecutive working days.
Sunday at the Portland Expo.
Watch me go insane with a lack of sleep.
Is it at the Expo?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
No, seriously. That's too many working days in a row.
Your beard is a little disheveled. Your hair is a little disheveled. You do look a little haggard, my friend.
I've gone mad.
You have.
Only halfway
Your crow's
there.
feet are coming in.
I got mad crow's feet.
You do. You've got crow's feet like the giant claw, baby.
No one has crow's feet like the giant claw.
They're as big as a battleship.
My God, are they? You have... What an amazing movie. I should text him and be like, you remember the giant claw?
You should.
Do you remember when we watched that
I may
movie?
have to go home and YouTube it tonight a little bit.
It's amazing and terrible. But yeah, if you want to find us, editorsnotecomics.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to get the show a day early every single week, every single month, every single year, because you can't get rid of this stuff.
What, your battleship crow's feet?
No, you should watch that movie.
Okay.
I don't know how fun it would be by yourself. It was amazing watching it with another person, just being like, what? What is this?
But to finish your thought, check out Patreon.
Yeah, patreon.com/editorsnotecomics. $1 a month. Take that $1, give it to us digitally so you won't notice it disappearing from your bank account, and you'll be fine.
That's the noise it makes as it flutters through the internet.
And we can keep this rickety battleship afloat.
Yes, and you also are treated with a special treat. The Buffy back issue been a whole week early.
Yeah, that show is still going strong, going long.
How far into the Buffy back issue bin are you?
I came out today, like episode 36.
Of a 100-episode run, right?
It's going to be like 55, 56 episodes.
Oh, I thought it was going to be 100.
No, the hosting site we use only will have 100 episodes up at any given time.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're thinking of. So, we're like 20 weeks away from episode 1 disappearing.
Of our show?
Yeah, because they're not going to host it. They'll be like, get out of here, episode 1.
Not even on iTunes?
No, because iTunes gets it from the hosting site.
Oh.
I don't upload it to iTunes. iTunes takes it from the RSS feed. And the RSS feed only supports 100 episodes at a time.
Wow.
Find it on YouTube, I guess. In 20 weeks, who cares? Who cares about our thoughts on Batman v Superman?
That was a long time ago. That was episode 1.
And whatever our possible content was, I don't think we had the format down.
We didn't really know what we were doing. We just kind of sat down here one night.
Listen to the news. Do we have news episode 1? I don't remember.
I don't remember
cares.
either.
I'm not checking it out.
Well, do you remember what episode 2 was? Let's see if...
Episode 2, I think I called it was like the future of the DC movie universe or something.
Episode 2 was The Man of Steel and the Future. Yep.
Episode 3, I think it was too many trailers, because like 5 trailers.
That's correct.
That week. Cannot tell you beyond that.
Doctor Strange trailer breakdown. Really had a lot to go on there. Then we did Captain America, the Captain America movies.
We
did a lot of movies early.
The first one's fine, then they got better.
Oh, episode 10, support for HydroCap.
Stand by it. And Hot Pizza, was that the rest of the title?
We had a double episode for Darwin Cook.
That's because you were away. So we said, let's milk this thing as long as we can.
Then the episode 15 is one I like to regret and not...
when you didn't read Watchmen?
I didn't read Watchmen.
You're like, I'm going to skim this.
Followed up by 3 episodes where I brought an A game.
The Star Trek episodes.
Oh, damn straight. Killing Joke, Flashpoint. Oh, I'm just kind of quick scrolling.
About that movie. It's a bad movie.
We Wish You a Turtles Christmas.
Amazing.
Yes.
We wish you a Turtles Christmas.
And we also had a Spider-Man Homecoming trailer in that. Followed by Rogue One. And then the best and worst of 2016. And then, looking back on 2017, I still stand by we should see how much of it holds up at the end of the year.
You can listen to it if you want.
I will.
Listen to it on 2 times speed. That's how I edit now.
Probably.
No, it is how I edit now.
Oh, double speed?
It's like 1.5 speed. That's what I hit it at now, so I don't have to, listen to this again.
Fair.
We sound like chipmunks. And you're on the Twitters.
At Junior Rich, which I got tweeted at by a famous person on my birthday.
Neato.
Scott Zolak.
Who's that?
He is a former backup Patriot quarterback, and he's also the color commentary for the Patriot. My God, you look terrible. I just look, your hair's all sticking out to one side. You're falling asleep. You are a mess.
I am a disheveled man.
So I asked him for life advice for my 33rd birthday. His tweet, grab it by the balls.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And yeah, your birthday happened. We didn't even talk about that. I feel like I cut you off an hour ago around that
You did,
topic.
but whatever. I turned 33 over the weekend. You showed up. You were the last person to show up.
Because I was
last
working.
person to leave.
I was working a show.
Yeah.
I came from working.
But you bought me Thor Ragnarok tickets for my birthday, so.
I bought you. I haven't bought
Star Wars
tickets.
Oh yeah, we need to get those.
Do you have your wallet on you for a change?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's do this.
Do we have to buy them right now? It's 11 o'clock at night.
Let's just get this over with.
Well, just tell me what seats you want, and I'll get the seats of it.
We've been trying to buy these tickets for 3 weeks.
Oh my God. All right.
I bought you a Star Wars ticket.
You did. Thank you.
I hope you have a similar fate to Han Solo.
I get frozen in carbonite.
No, you die.
My son kills me.
The son?
That's what happens to Han Solo.
Be funny if it wasn't his kid.
Means I get to
That's
have...
an amazing twist. Episode 8 twist. It's not even his dad.
You are not the father.
I killed the wrong guy.
Wah, wah.
Amazing twist.
See you next week.
For twists in Star Wars you never saw coming.
Solo.